All right, live on a Sunday night, the BS podcast, Cousin Sal's here. We're going to guess the lines. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff. Right before we came on, Jaden Daniels got hurt. He looked like he dislocated his elbow.
It's not
And
our fault. Are you blaming us?
no, I'm just saying this
Oh,
is why we were delayed on YouTube. We were going to
okay.
come earlier, but he went down and it did not look great. And it was not a
No.
great night for the Washington Commanders. We will talk about that later. I'm going to do something we've never done in 18 years of Guess the Lines.
What's that?
Start talking about another sport to start the podcast. We got to go
Just
backwards. We
Not
got it.
basketball, though. Not
No,
NBA,
baseball.
please.
I
Oh,
want to
good.
talk
Okay.
baseball. I
All
want to
right.
talk about
Oh,
last night.
yeah.
Dodgers going back to back. One of the great baseball games. I think of my lifetime and yours, right? That's on the. I don't know what the greatest is. I don't know. I almost feel like it's actors. Like you could say Meryl Streep's the greatest actress ever, but if you say greatest actor, you could probably list 6 or 7. We've had some great baseball games in the World Series in our day, right? Jack Morris,
Yeah.
that World Series. '07 Cleveland, Florida was awesome. The Arizona Yankees game was awesome. That 2016 Cubs game. So
Cleveland
there's been
Cubs.
some good
Yep.
ones.
Mm-hmm.
This one had everything though. And I think when you combine the other 3 losses or the other 2 losses that Toronto had, I think this was a uniquely awful experience for Blue Jays fans. I can't come up with another loss like this, right? For the culmination starting with the 18 inning game to now. So I want to start with the loss and then go to the win. But if that had been the Mets, would you be able to do the podcast tonight?
No, I don't think so. Even a day removed. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's as bad as it gets. And there was already the stink of Game 7 Toronto, right, for the city, and the hockey team can never get past Game 7. And it's one of those series where you think, wow, should they have just lost to Seattle in 6? Like, would that have been better?
Would that have been
Like,
better
just
for them emotionally? Yeah.
going up, and then up 3-2, and then up 3-0 in Game 7, which your Red Sox were up 3-0 to my Mets. You weren't home at the time, but it was really eerily reminiscent. I kept thinking of you. But so you thought Game 7 was better than the one you went through, the 18 inning game, or it's just the best Game 7 you've ever seen?
I think I'm talking game 7s
Yeah.
with the drama of bringing in the baggage from the 18 inning game, from game 6 when it seemed like they had it. They're bringing in Glass now, basically. They third and second. It just seems like something good's going to happen for them, and all of a sudden the game's over. Guy gets doubled off second. Announcers gloss over. I'm still trying to figure out why he drifted over that far on a ball that Kike caught like this.
Right.
But then going up 3-0, having it in the ninth, having Hoffman as this giant wart on your body that you're just
You
hoping
hate
nobody
him.
picks. Oh, I had him in the AL keeper. I was just waiting for him to do that.
Right.
And then who hits the homer to tie it? And then what happened? How the game ended? How the instant replay? Has there ever been a closer instant replay where the team
By
didn't get it?
a single cleat. And that's, look, with these 7 game series, and you'll run into the same thing with a great basketball series. But when there's a series, unlike the Super Bowl, and like Atlanta fans will be like 28-3, I could point to 16 things that happened.
Yeah.
But when you have like a 9 or 10 day series,
Yeah.
and you lose so close, like you could point to 100 things. Like Blue Jays fans, I can't imagine what they're going through. In that 18 inning game, there were 6 base running errors that everybody made. And then as you talk about the cleat and the double play, and it just, well, was he leading off third too much? And now all these Major League Baseballs are coming to kind of Alefa's defense. Like, I don't even know how I'd be able to handle this as a Mets fan. It's as bad as a loss as you'll find.
Yeah, I remember when I wrote about the game 6 of the 86 World Series, one of the great moments of your life.
Oh, yeah, let's hear about this. Yeah.
All the different moments where the Red Sox could have finished the game off, right? And the reverse of that was when the Patriots came back against the Falcons 28-3. And I think it was like 15 plays where if any play had gone differently Atlanta's way, they win. Like most famously, the Julio Jones when they have the catch, but then they somehow go backwards and have to punt instead of kicking a field goal. But there's a million of those. And I think those are the worst ones as sports fans. Those are the ones that still haunt me. Like the Celtics in game 4 of the 87 finals being up 6 with 2 minutes left. And I can still remember the entire sequence where we lost the lead, where it's just like that play. And you just think about it. In a way, it's way worse than it is better to win. you're more haunted by the
Oh
loss than you
yeah. Oh,
are
no
the
question.
celebration of the win.
You're
You know what
just
I mean?
relieved. You're just
Yeah.
relieved when you win. And then, on top of all of that stuff, all the plays that came down to a quarter of an inch or this or that or this weird decision, they're up against like this Halloween zombie in Yamamoto
Right.
who pitched game 2, game 6, and they're like, all right, we've had enough of him. Game 7, and like raises his hand to volunteer for games before that too. Like, what the hell is going on here? How do you have such an intense force on the other side? And how do you keep combating that? And they just couldn't, I guess.
That's never happened, right? Like what was Baumgartner, like the situation with him with the Giants? It wasn't like the next day him pitching
No,
40
I don't think
pitches, was
so.
it? I don't remember that. This was like, I just thought when somebody started a game and threw 90 plus pitches, we did not get to see that person the next day. That
That was
person's
it.
just and Fox
Yeah.
was never showing the available pitchers, which I don't understand how
Right.
that's not a graphic. We got to see the Joe Carter homer 397 times in the graphic and game winning homers and all this stuff. And they were so concerned with the history of everything and not just telling us like,
Yeah.
here's who's left for the Dodgers. Kershaw, like Kershaw got up in extra innings. It was like, oh my God, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine if he has to come in and pitch during this? But I felt so bad for the Blue Jays. And
Kershaw,
Vlad,
if Luke's doesn't swing at ball 4, Toronto wins that 18-inning game that you were at. By the way, congratulations for sticking it through. You're one of the great Dodger fans out there, I think I'd have to say at this point.
yeah, that was great to be there with the other Dodger fans. Well, I was thinking the difference with this Blue Jays loss is the 3 together. I don't remember that in a 7-game series for a baseball team before. 3 horrible losses.
Oh,
The
yeah.
18 inning game alone is like the worst loss you're going to have in 5
2
years,
losses.
right?
Yeah. Right.
And then the blowing game 6, when everybody goes there, everybody thinks they have it in the bag. And then it seems like multiple points during that game, they're going to win that one. And then game 7, when they went up 3-0, I remember that Cardinals, the World Series, like in '85 when Andujar flipped out and
Yeah.
the Royals just killed them like 11. I really started to wonder, like, is this going to be like a blowout or the Blue Jays just going to kill them? Like the Dodgers, it felt like the Blue Jays were a slightly better team and the Dodgers were just they were hanging on, doing it all in DNA, and then eventually it was going to run out. And then
Kept
the longer
chipping
the game
away.
went,
Like every
just
2
didn't
innings,
happen.
they'd get a run and they'd come back there. And for like to get beaten, it's one thing to like they must have been like, what the fuck is going on here? Yamamoto is
Right.
a robot, and then you got this guy who hasn't had a hit in a month. Hits a home run against us to go ahead, right? And then the back-to-back plays with the cleat on the plate, and then the
How about the collision to end
and
an
then
inning?
Hernandez, and like that was insane that ball didn't drop. That ball drops 90 times out of 100.
Yeah, I don't know what the rankings are for me, but it's hard to think of a more dramatic game 7 that just had like crazy plays. Like the collision play alone would have been enough to carry the craziness
Right.
for the game, because it's conceivable that just ball could have dropped and they win the World Series that way.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I'm positive that's never happened before.
No,
Like,
not like that.
No, that's never happened before.
And then you think about it, like the Dodgers hit 204 in this series,
Yeah.
and they hit 203 last year against the Yankees, and they won both. And they won last year convincingly. And it's like, but there was still a million great plays to talk about, even though
Yeah.
they couldn't put the bat on the ball for 80% of the time.
Yeah, that was the cool thing about game 3, at least until when in extra innings, was there were so many good defensive plays and base running plays. And, it's just this higher level of the sport. And you start comparing your own team to it. Like I was texting on my Red Sox thread, I was like, doesn't this make us feel like we're a million miles away from this Dodgers team? Like they
Yeah.
have 4 starting pitchers that we don't have, we have like no
Right.
chance. We have no chance in a series like this. And, some people were talking about how the Dodgers, well, they bought this, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, Vlad did sign a $500 million contract. They're not exactly going against Hickory High here. Toronto,
Right.
Toronto is spending money too, and they're doing trade deadline stuff. The Dodgers piece of this, though, back-to-back really matters to me just as a sports fan and somebody who cares about this shit. I remember all the back-to-back teams, like the Yankees doing it in 77 and 78, and the Reds doing it right before them. And then the Blue Jays did it. And we're all kind of pissed off because that was right when baseball was starting to change. And we're like, oh, these motherfuckers, they kind of bought this a little bit. They had these hired guns. They didn't grow these players themselves. These weren't their
Right.
homegrown stars.
Yeah.
And then the Yankees, obviously. But to do two in a row, I just feel like the stakes are down. You must feel that way about the Cowboys. I know I feel that way about the Pats. Like to win two in a
Two in a
row, that
row.
second one's so much harder. Well,
Oh,
you won
oh,
more than two in a row.
back in the day. Oh,
The,
I thought
yeah,
you meant looking
the
forward. Yeah, yeah,
the
yeah. It was
back
great.
to back is just like it's
Yeah.
just you're planting your flag on a different planet, right? And I think they sensed that and they understood it, and now they belong to this. Anyone can win one title, but you belong to a different kind of stratosphere, I think.
Yeah, I agree. And it's like, and you feel good for these Dodgers fans, and there's gonna be a parade, and there's like fireworks all over the place. It's like, yeah, this is pretty great. And then our producer Jack is like, hey, my 7-year-old has seen 3 championships since he was. I'm like, I'll get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear from you.
Fuck off.
Yeah, fuck off. I'll pull the David Chang and tell you to fuck off. No, we love Jack and his son, but it's enough championships.
No, listen, it's been a great run for them. Kershaw somehow got his last one.
Yeah.
I'll never forget seeing him come into that 18 inning game and how nervous everybody was. And when they showed him in the bullpen, I'm sure all the Dodger fans were like, oh my God. On top of it, it was a Saturday night Halloween, which isn't unusual for the sport. Halloween obviously isn't on Saturday every year, but sometimes it is. And sometimes it overlaps with a great baseball game. But the combo, at least out here, it was like Halloween parties. The Dodgers are involved. This game's going late. This was like a water cooler moment. And I do feel like baseball is in a slightly different place in the mainstream than it was pre-COVID, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Like something has shifted. The pitch clock, getting Ohtani and the Dodgers, having like big market teams that I think people know some of the players, the sport being enjoyable. I feel like kids, there's more kids kind of monitoring what's going on. The video game I think helps, but it just felt like the sport we grew up with. I felt like
The pitch clock is great because you still would have been at that 18 inning game. That would have been a 40,
my God.
you know, if there was no pitch clock. Greatest invention of our lifetime in sports, I think. And yeah, and you know what's sad? You say it's in a different place. It's going to be in a much different place next year when they strike. So that's going to suck. Don't just please try to get your shit together and ride the wave here, because there's nothing better than baseball when it's played at the level we saw this last week.
I'm glad you brought that up because we've seen them do this before with some of the worst timing ever for just the two sides not being able to figure something out. I mean, the salaries are definitely gigantic, and I know the RSNs have shifted and all that stuff. But if they damage whatever has been rebuilt here over the last 5 years, that would just be, I don't know if a lot of people would come back from that.
Shame on them.
I know in '94, remember it took a couple years. It was really like some baby steps. It was like Ripken, that some of the big market teams got back involved, like the Yankees and the Red Sox got pretty good again. Pedro went to the Red Sox. The Yankees got
it was kind
going.
of shitty until '97, until Sosa,
the
McGuire.
steroids,
That
the
like kind of
steroid,
brought
the
it
homer
back.
guys.
Yeah, they needed that. They needed that for sure. But
Yeah, it felt like the Braves Yankees '96, that World Series was good. The Cleveland Florida, even though it was two weird teams, that World Series was awesome.
right.
And then we had the Bonds and McGuire and Sosa and all that stuff heading into the '90s, Red Sox versus Yankees. Like we had a really, and then all of a sudden it was back, and it feels like it's back now.
Yeah.
So to blow this would just be unconscionable.
Don't take it away. Don't do it. And by the way, next year's what? The Olympics. So, you know,
Right.
People will find something else to watch. They better not screw this up. They really better not.
One other guy I wanted to shout out really quickly, the catcher in the Dodgers, Will Smith,
Yeah.
who caught all 18 innings in that game 3 and caught every inning of this series and then hits the game-winning homer in game 7. And I know Yamamoto had to be the MVP, but it almost feels like there should be an Intercontinental Champion MVP.
Right.
There should be some sort of second thing that's awarded to somebody who just had a crazy impact on it. I think to watch him get up and then crouch and get up and crouch for 7 solid hours. I was like, this guy's like, they're going to have to send him to a fucking hospital in Germany to get him ready for game 4. He never came out. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. Taking short hops to the thighs and everything,
Right.
chasing pitches and everything. Yeah, that was a tough gig. I felt that way too. He should have shot up the MVP rankings after that game. And I mean, just the idea that it was just a few years ago he was banned from the Academy Award. Oh no, that was a different one. Like Jeff Ross said, it's good to see Will Smith hitting something other than Chris Rock. I don't know.
Right.
There's a million jokes.
And then Ohtani, who at some point during game 3, it felt like this was going to be one of the watershed months in pro sports history for an athlete. And then by the end of it, he was just kind of barely hanging out as a supporting cast member. You know, he got bailed out. He was out 3-0. Seemed like he had multiple chances to get those runs back and couldn't. And then his team picked him up. But it was interesting to watch his week evolve. And then my guy Mookie was the other one who they had to move him back in the batting order because he was kind of killing him. But at the same time, it's just unbelievable to me that he plays shortstop. This guy went from center to right to center to second base to shortstop. There's never been a career like this.
You have to do it if you're a
And then he gets the double play to end the series.
Just ear to ear smiles as soon as he fielded the ball. Like, you did feel good for him. The one more thing I want to say about that 18-inning game, as great as that was, and that's the pinnacle of sports, 18 innings, and you see that guy Klein, who hadn't thrown 60 pitches through college, and oh my God, he's just mowing these guys down. Unbelievable. They're Dodgers' 10th pitcher. That, like, the biggest difference between my team and the team that's in there. They have pitcher number 10 is throwing 99 on the corner, right? Like, and the announcers are barely mentioning it. But how that could have gone from great to absurd if we saw your guy Mookie Betts pitching the 19th inning or the 20th inning. Like,
oh my God.
That would have been ridiculous, right? Like, then you're like, shit, this sucks. Like, imagine if Ramondre Stevenson is the quarterback of the Patriots because the game went too long. Like, so.
Well, so what do you do? Do you do, like, by the 18th inning, you start the guy on second base? I don't feel like you can mess with the history of this.
I did miss the ghost runner a little bit.
But I mean, sitting there just watching everybody go just zeros for 3 solid hours was, the Blue Jays had taken.
People had a good idea. Ohtani, maybe the 4th time he was intentionally walked, he can get second base. Like, right?
Yeah.
But at least one more base. You're not allowed to throw the first so many times. They could fudge that rule a little bit.
What's the most nerve-wracking sport to you of all the sports? Is it baseball?
I just think
for like situation like that, or is it hockey?
Yeah. No,
is it sudden death hockey, or is it like an extra innings baseball game with everything at stake?
It's got to be hockey because there's no okay, if your team's up at bat, you're not going to get scored on in baseball, right? So you have that at least. It's end-to-end rush in hockey. Like, you could be on a power play and get scored on in 3 seconds, because it's back and forth and back and forth. So it has to be hockey. But the way baseball is shot and directed, and the way they'll, like, a lot of times it's cold, the pitcher blowing on his hand, they go to the dugout, the shots of the fans. You cannot match that intensity because you have so much time in between pitches.
Baseball also has that unbelievable piece where it's like bases loaded, the guy it's like 2-0 count.
Yeah.
And the announcer does there's nowhere to put him. And you're like, yeah, there really isn't. There's nowhere to put him.
Right, exactly.
In hockey, I guess the version of that is the 5-on-4 or the 5-on-3 power play in OT. I still feel like I've been in the house for great games in every sport. I've never seen a game 7 of the World Series in person. But I still think in football, when it's like final 2 minutes and every play is just feels the most momentous, and they're coming to the line and it's like 3rd and 8, and it's like, if we get a stop here, we might actually win the Super Bowl. There's a different kind of energy with that.
Neil O'Donnell was driving towards the end zone I was in the Cowboys-Steelers Super Bowl, and I remember thinking, I'm going to have a stroke. I'm like, I'm 24 years old here, and I'm just going to stroke out here in the upper deck, and that's going to be it. So, yeah, there are situations where it does look like they're actually coming for you.
I think the single most exciting thing that can happen to a fan in sports is the come-from-behind home run.
Yeah.
Like Dave Henderson in the 1986 American League Championship Series, when we were down 3-1 to the Angels, down 3 runs in the 9th inning, and then he hit a homer off of Donnie Moore to tie it. I still think that's the most excited I've ever been by anything that's happened. Like, just a single play, just where it's basically like you get a second life, like in a video game. Like, somebody just gives you a quarter and you get to keep playing. You're like, oh my God. The most famous one when I was a kid was the Bernie Carbo home run in the Carlton Fisk game. Took it from 6-3 to 6-6. But the home run in the 9th by Rojas, the classic, like, you just want him to get on base. You're not thinking he's going to go deep. And then it's like, oh my God, it's out. Yeah. And it's just like you black out, basically.
And you know why it's great in baseball? Because unlike any sport, there's no hiccup. It's not going to get called back for a holding, right? It's
Right,
not going to
right,
get,
right.
as
There's
long
no
as it doesn't
flag.
wrap around the foul pole, you don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
That's a home run. He's just got to touch the bases and you're good. You know, you have to worry about a penalty kick or offsides or anything bullshit.
What's your greatest home run? What's your favorite one for the Mets? The one that made you black out?
I think I have to say Dykstra against the Astros in that
Oh
playoff
yeah,
series. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. But
that's a
there were a
great one.
few against you.
Every fan
Yeah.
base has one of them. Well,
Yeah.
the Blue Jays, I feel bad for the fans, but 32 years,
Hmm.
they were playing that up, and I can't tell if that's long or maybe we're just old because I totally remember when they won in 92 and
Right.
93. It's like, all right, they did go back to back in the 90s. Like
Yeah.
this isn't the Cubs.
Right. Yeah. I just think they especially want to give it to America here. That also helped in 2025. But yeah, 30 years is nothing. Try being a Cowboys fan. We're on about that. Same thing.
Well, it was almost the worst weekend in the history of Canada because the Bills almost blew the Chiefs game. I consider the Bills a Canadian team. I
Yeah,
was
they
thinking
are.
about R.L. Hawani, who comes on this pod a lot, who I'm friendly with. His three teams are the Knicks, the Bills, and the Blue Jays.
Oh, wow.
So yeah. So just in 2025, we were texting about this earlier. He had the Bills loss in January. He
Hmm.
had that fucking crazy Knicks Pacers series with that
Yeah.
Halliburton game, which is the most improbable basketball loss,
Mhm.
maybe ever, right? And then you have this Blue Jays going against the
Oh,
Dodgers,
that's
losing like
many, many
three
years.
horrible stomach punch losses in a row.
That's 100 seasons of
Yeah.
no winning. Yeah. That's no good.
Yeah, he's
That's not
basically
good.
like, I might not have gone to work this week. Do you remember
Right.
after the Aaron Boone game, I left Jimmy's show the next day?
Yeah.
I left at like 1 o'clock. I honestly felt like physically ill. I couldn't, I was supposed to write jokes. I wanted to
Yeah.
like put my head in an oven.
We also
Um,
were recording you clandestinely, and you're like, "Fuck you! I'm going to quit this job if you play that
I,
on
I,
TV."
I did
You
get
go-
mad.
Yeah, you were very upset.
We'll take a break for the pod. We'll keep going on the YouTubes. NFL, where do you want to start? You want to start Bills KC?
I mean, I just start with me. The gambling gods just said, "Hey, enjoy your Yamamoto MVP winnings. We're going to take it away from you and then some." And if you're,
Oh,
that's it. If your great uncle leaves you anything in his will, we're going to take that too. Effing Packers, Lions, just the
well,
worst.
we were worried. We did say
Yeah.
the favorites had done really well the last couple weeks, and we were a little worried about the parlays teaser train. And there were a
Mhm.
lot of obvious ones, and the ones that were the big letdowns today were the Packers and the Lions. I gotta say, I didn't have the Packers on the multi-view.
Really?
I
Oh,
didn't
not on the
think
multi-view.
I
Wow.
didn't. I had 6 games going, and they were one of the two that didn't crack it, and I didn't put it on until the fourth quarter.
Good for you.
I kept waiting for them to all of a sudden be up 20-6, and it just never happened. And obviously I saw that awful 4th and 8 from the 13. I don't know, with Jordan Love just whipping it into the end zone.
Was that the worst pass ever? Like, maybe was it the worst
It was
pass ever?
really bad. They
Yeah, I
didn't
mean,
never
because I was
punt
trying to
it.
think.
How do you score
They
13
didn't punt.
points and not punt?
They didn't punt. They scored 13 points. The opposing quarterback had 102 yards passing and no touchdowns and an interception. And if you would have told me that much, I would have taken a second mortgage out on the family home here. But and it didn't. But yeah, that 4th and 8. Are we going to start with this game? Because I just like I think these coaches are getting a little ridiculous with not kicking. Like 4th and 8 from the 13 with 11 minutes left, you're down 7.
Reed did it on the 4th and 17, and it actually worked,
And
which I
that
didn't
worked.
understand that one either. That's
But there
just a
weren't
lot of
11
trust in
minutes
Mahomes.
left. There weren't
I get it.
like 11. You have to score twice anyway. Like, I don't know. Even Atlanta passing on the field goal in your game was weird. But I know it worked, but
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know why you go for it there. So much
Well, the
bad shit.
Packers, I think the Packers have had the biggest swerve over the last week because everyone was feeling awesome about them after that Pittsburgh game. They lose to home at Carolina as 13.5-point favorites, which I'm going to say will be the biggest favorite to lose a game this year. Like usually we get over 10 points. That happens, what, four times maybe all year. 13.5 is like, that's like once every couple years.
It's the biggest since 2023. Titans,
Okay.
Miami.
So I'm right.
and tied for their largest upset loss since 1970. I
But
don't
the
know.
funny thing is they've done this in the LaFleur era.
Yeah.
They play 3 really shitty games each year, and you
Hmm.
don't know when they're going to happen. And this was obviously one of them. But then the other big thing is it seems like they lost Tucker Kraft for the year.
Yeah, that
He
looks
hurt
bad.
his knee, and they were doing the thing like it's not good. Like how's Tucker Kraft's knee? Not good. When they open with the not good, or it's like hey we'll see.
Hmm.
MRI tomorrow. Keep your fingers crossed. When they do the not good, that means it's bad.
They think it's MCL and ACL. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's bad for him. He's a fun player, and
Well, I
you
thought
know,
he was their best and most
sure.
reliable third down guy, most reliable red zone guy. So that changes their destiny. And then on the flip side, Carolina's in the playoff picture. Um,
5-4.
they're 5-4. They played New Orleans and Atlanta the next 2 weeks. So
Jesus.
we could have the Carolina could be 7-4 in 2 weeks, and the
Mhm.
Bears could be 7-3. And those teams aren't good,
Right.
right? I mean, nobody thinks the Bears are good. Is anybody get offended by that? Nobody
It's
thinks the
funny when
Bears
we
are
went
good.
over who's going to be the seventh NFC team. We
Yeah,
settled on the Niners, and you put together that parlay, and it was like what plus 340, and then the
yeah,
Niners spanked the Giants. I'm like, oh, that's looking good, but I didn't realize. I'm like, oh shit, the Panthers are in the picture here. Look
yeah.
what is going. Is that really going to? Oh, now the Bears are back in it. So
Let's go to the big game, the Buffalo Kansas City game, where Josh Allen beats Mahomes. He's 5-1 in the regular season against Mahomes, but Mahomes has won every playoff meeting. I was trying to think of like a real life example of what this
when
is
it
like.
counts,
Yeah, like there is no example.
mm,
It's like you don't really get to brag about it, but it's also not nothing. And then you think about the 4 playoff wins they had. One of them was the 13 seconds game where Allen did everything you could possibly do to win the game.
is there
But
a guy who wins a non-title match all the time, and then in the
oh,
wrestling, and
like in
then
wrestling,
he
yeah,
goes up against Magnificent Morocco, and he just pins him in four
right.
minutes at the Meadowlands?
Yeah, it's he's repeatedly winning the non-title matches and not
Yeah.
the actual pay-per-view matches. I do think watching that confirms something I've been saying all year is I just think Josh is slightly better than Mahomes for whatever
Mm,
reason right now. And I
yeah.
think the difference is the the inside the 5 yard line stuff and the fourth and short stuff. I think Allen is just the best guy in the league. There's the tush push in the NFC. I get it. But I just think Allen is getting into the end zone when you're inside the 5. And Mahomes, they've never QB sneaked him since he got
Hmm.
hurt that time.
Yep.
And over again, you can actually do a goal line stand against them because you never have to worry about the QB sneak because they just won't do it. They're always trying to cheat around it or ram cream hunt in the middle or do these little
Right.
quick outs. And I think it's easy to play a team when you know they're never going to QB sneak. The Raiders lost today because Lawrence ended up QB sneaking what 2 times in a row to get it finally.
Well, because they're the Raiders, but
Well,
yes,
and,
and
and
then
they're the
and then those
Raiders.
things,
Yeah.
yeah, those things, yeah. I think like they have to be extra creative down by the goal line. They don't have.
Yeah.
You're right. They don't have the luxury of what like the Bills do and some of these other, even like the Falcons could ram it in or Seattle as we saw. But yeah, they have to do like the shovel pass to Kelsey or something weird over the middle
Or that
because they won't.
the guy in motion who does the quick 45
Yeah,
degree
the
angle
sweep.
Tyreek Hill play.
Yep, yep.
Um,
Yeah, Rasheed Rice running it in. But yeah, I mean, what was he held to under 50% passing? Like this Bills defense. I think we're at a good spot here with some of these defenses getting better, right? Like we worried
yeah.
about the Bills defense. Who was the other terrible? Like even the Steelers defense stepped up. I didn't expect that to happen. The Ravens,
Why
all right,
would
the
you? They were terrible
Dolphins,
last
yeah,
week. They gave up
really
20
bad.
straight passes.
Yeah, but the Steelers, Bills, and Ravens might play defense now and could lead to like some fun
Hmm.
AFC games.
Well, it's fun. KC is the 8 seed right now.
Wow,
And
are
I
they
mentioned that
really?
because there's only 7 playoff seeds in each conference.
You
Yeah,
don't
they're
think they'll
the 8
change
seed.
that? Goodell will change that. He'll change that to 8.
It'd be interesting if they change that in like week 12. It's, hey, we have an idea. 16 team playoff brackets. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, Sal,
Yeah.
the Patriots with Tom Brady as the starter only started 5-4 twice in 2001 and 2002. In 2001, he didn't even start the first 3 games. 2002, they finished 9-7, and then
Mhm.
after that, never again. Brady had 13 Patriot seasons of 4 losses or less, and after 2002, never finished worse than 11-5. So everybody can take a big heaping sip of settle down juice in the GOAT discussion. Tom Brady is We're still
Oh,
good. Yeah, we're still good. We're still
oh,
fine. Yeah.
oh, Brady is not the GOAT?
No, he
He's
is
not
the
the
goat.
GOAT. Oh,
He's
he
the goat.
is. But
He's
we
the
have to
goat.
settle down? Okay.
He's the goat. Settle down.
I don't know what you're saying. Oh,
So
I see.
settle down.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Oh, he is the
Settle
GOAT.
down.
Okay. All right. I didn't know if you were
Settle down.
you were put it's fine. He's
Win
the
a few
GOAT.
more
Yeah.
Super Bowls. Maybe don't
Yeah.
start the season 5-4, and we can throw you in the GOAT
I see
convo.
what you're
Maybe
saying. I
beat
thought you were
Josh Allen.
comparing him to the current Patriots. I would totally misread that. Yeah.
This one had a funny one though. McDermott, they're up 7. There's like 30 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs have no timeouts. They're on like the 36-yard line. And he decides to try to kick a field goal to go up 10 and misses
Right.
it. All of a sudden, the Chiefs
What do you
have the
do
ball
there?
back.
You punt? You punt there?
Yeah, I punt. You're not going 90 yards in 20 seconds. It's not happening. Just punt it out of bounds.
What was it? It was 27 seconds left, fourth and
yeah,
like
just punt it
8.
out of bounds.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What do you want to
It
give
was
them the ball at the 40? Like, that's doable. And I can get a pass interference. I can get Kelsey over the middle. I can down
Right.
it. Like
Like
it's
a quick
conceivable.
kick.
I can get score in 3 plays.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Those just always go into the right into the end zone. But I guess it wouldn't matter. From the 20 with your own 20 with 20 seconds left, you're right. I mean, we've seen Mahomes do it, but that was probably but the kick just missed, and thank God, because we had teasers all over the place with,
Oh my God. Yeah, I
Kansas
had
City.
the Bills to win the game, and then at halftime I did the Chiefs money line. The Chiefs were winning by a point in the second half, and
We were doing a little chasing, little Jamar chasing
I was
after
Jamar
those
chasing it.
Lions lost.
Can you mentioned that thing about the punting? So I thought the same thing. They're not going to do it because these teams always kick it in the end zone.
Mm,
What the fuck do these punters do all day in practice every day?
right.
Like, how many things are there to practice? It's like, all right, we're in a practice where you punt it as far as you can.
Mm-hmm.
And then I thought we'd practice when you angle the punts and they don't go in the end zone. What are the other, I guess you're practicing a fake punt play what do punters do all day? They can't just direct a punt into I feel like when we were kids, punters could do this routinely. Now it's like how nobody can bunt anymore in baseball.
Right. Well, bunting was taken out of, yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, but yes, the coffin corner, or at least kick it out.
Coffin corner.
You're what are you doing? You're turning your body a little bit, right? And then aiming it not directly at the sideline,
hard is
but
this?
25 yards downfield and down the sideline. So
These guys,
yeah.
it's their only job. It's not like they're also doing 5 other things and bartending at night. And it's like, this is a real job where they make multiple millions a year. They don't know how to do a coffin corner punt.
Kills their net though. Kills their net stats, and then when you go to renegotiate, it's not good. I think it's like but now it doesn't matter. Like the basketball player taking a 3 with 2 seconds left, full court goes against the stats.
Well, KC's the 8 seed. They're 2 behind Denver. And here's what they have left, Sal. 5-4. Bye week next week at Denver. Like a real chance to be 5-5. Home for Indianapolis. At Dallas. Home Houston. Home Chargers. At Tennessee. Home Denver. At Vegas. So they played Denver twice. And they already have 4 losses. And I think their over-under for the season was 12.5, I'm going to say.
Yeah. I'm not doing this though. They'll go under 12.5 for sure because
under 12. But what does that feel like to 11-6? They're still making the playoffs.
But 10-7, I think even makes it, right? Do they have odds here? Yeah. I got to look here now. This is bad.
Feels like there's 2 more losses in there.
We can't. It's not going to be against the Cowboys on Thanksgiving. But what do you think they are to make the playoffs?
I would say -240.
You see, it's -650. They're not going to let anybody steal money. Who's the 7 seed? You said they were 8th.
Well, Jacksonville's in there now.
All right.
Just saying.
I guess Jacksonville does have the head-to-head, right? Yeah.
They're 5-3. They've beaten KC.
Right.
And they have rest of the way. They play the Titans twice. That could be 7 wins.
Man. Wow.
They play the Jets. That's 8. They're at Cardinals. Next week they play the Texans, probably lost. But yeah, there's a path for them to get to 10.
Next week it might be Davis Mills. They might be against Davis Mills next week. I would say he's 50-50, Stroud.
Can we talk about that game?
Yeah, let's do it.
That was my worst loss of the day. I had the Texans. Stroud got concussed.
Mm-hmm.
And then apparently DeMeco Ryans got concussed with about 2 minutes left because
114.
Boot and Rally Bo Nix did it again. He got hammered for the first 2 hours of the game. He passed out. He threw up all over the American flag on the wall standing next to him and threw up and had diarrhea. They threw him in a shower. They gave him a cup of coffee, and Boot and Rally Bo came back out for the next hour. 2 touchdown drives, ties the game, and Houston gets the ball on their own 13 with a minute and 14 left. Tie game. Denver has 2 timeouts, and I'm sitting there going, okay, handoff. Third handoff.
Sure.
You punt it back. They have 10 seconds left. Let's go to overtime. You have Davis Mills as your quarterback. You've scored 3 points since he came into the game. You're not going 60 yards against Denver's defense.
Can I add one more wrinkle?
Yeah.
His back is to the end zone. The lighting in those Texas stadiums are so weird, and you get in the daylight right in his face, and you know it's like a fragmented daylight, and so he's got to look into the sun while throwing downfield. Take it from there. What are the 3 plays they do?
Incomplete pass on first down to Christian Kirk. Just didn't even start the clock. It goes 5 seconds, stops. Right. Jaden Higgins, 4-yard pass, and Higgins for some reason goes out of bounds. So we really want you guys to have 2 timeouts.
Yeah.
3rd and 6, incomplete pass, punting it back to you. 55-yard punt return for 8, and Denver has the ball with 2 timeouts. Thinking with a minute left, they ran 14 seconds off the clock. And other than that, Brian Callahan, when he called, what was that thing when he called a timeout and they were going to kick the field goal, and then it was a delay of game after they called the timeout?
That was
the
good.
delay of game after the timeout. That was the worst coaching moment of the year.
They
I think this is the
again.
new worst coaching moment of the year because Houston needed the game. They don't have a lot of room for error now. And anyway, Denver wins the game, and it was the first time where I was like, "Are we sure D'Amico Ryans is a good coach?" Because this was bad.
You had I'd be pissed too if I had the Texans, but I stayed away. I just like this.
Yeah.
I thought whoever got the 17 first wins, and that's kind of how it was. But 34 minutes to 25 minutes time of possession for Houston. Yeah. Denver had one interception and 1 fumble. They had fewer total yards. Houston was just 3 for 17 on 3rd down, and it was because they had Davis Mills. Like, they obviously won the game with CJ Stroud, I would think, at this point. But just the same, roll the dice in overtime. What the hell are you thinking there?
Yeah, you're home. Denver's special teams was awful. And Bo Nix was awful for 2 solid hours. There was, like, near the end of the second, I was going against him in our fantasy league. Near the end of the second quarter, he was minus 1.85. That was his fantasy total. And in the fourth quarter, I think he was at 5 points and then finally rallied. But that's it for the Texans. I mean, I'm not ready to make them a cross-offs team, but right now they are, let's see, 3-5.
Yeah.
They have the Titans only once. They still have a Bills game on Thursday night. They still have at Colts, at Chiefs, at Chargers, and the Colts again.
Right.
I like to. It's a cross off in pencil. Right, not in pen, but I think in pencil.
They have
that team's not going 7-2 down the stretch.
They have to sweep the Colts. Yeah, I mean, they're not grabbing a wild card, right? So they have to steal that division somehow. Boy, and it's not looking good, especially if he doesn't start next week. But Denver are they the full of shit champs of the world? Like this team? I think they're decent sometimes, but they beat Cam Ward, they beat Jake Browning, they beat Justin Fields, they beat Jackson Dart, they beat Davis Mills. I mean,
there's something to be said for turning it on in fourth quarters and kind of rising to the occasion. But I also think it's the team, like when we're doing over-unders next August. Yeah. They would jump out to us as the full of shit team. Right. Like, look at this. They went 12-5. They were 8-1 in, last 2-minute games.
Well, we liked them this year because they were 1-6 in 1-score games last year.
We liked them a lot. I picked them to win the division.
Gone too much the other way.
I was happy because I have a lot of Broncos over-unders. I was upset because I thought Texans. I just think if Stroud doesn't get hurt, I think this is a win. Sure. I don't know what happened. One thing I will say, they blew a couple deep passes. Their vaunted secondary. Denver got behind them a couple times, and that was the difference because they didn't really do anything else. And then the speaking of AFC South teams, Steelers Colts. So the Steelers have 6 turnovers, which means against the Colts and the Patriots, the Steelers forced 11 turnovers. So if you want to talk
Hmm.
about full of shit teams, maybe start
Right.
there with the short passes and just let's just get a turnover every 40 minutes against teams we're playing.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like it would make so much more sense if they played in New Orleans and were just like the official voodoo Steelers, where we're like, oh, there's some actual voodoo shit going on. Um, I will say
Aaron
though,
Rodgers injures his hand before the game. The
oh
line
yeah,
doesn't move, but then it does move. Yeah. Very weird.
the Colts are up 7-0. Steelers are doing nothing. Steelers punt bounces, hits the Colts
Right.
kick punt returner, and rolls right to a Steeler, and that was it. You're like, oh, okay, here we go.
Hmm.
Here, this is that. By the way, that happens 3 times a year
Yeah.
when the dumb kick returner just stand for some reason just is like, hey, there's the ball, it's right next to me, and gets
Right.
hit by it.
Yeah.
And that
Play
just flipped
Renegade.
it.
It's over. Yeah. That
Yeah,
was it.
but
I don't. How much less do you think of Daniel Jones? I knew he was due for something like this, but and the team was. I'm still okay with him. I still would be very surprised if they blew that division.
so they're outdoors.
Minus 240.
They're playing the
Yeah.
Voodoo Steelers. Jones looked like 2024 Giants Jones. I mean, he was bad. It wasn't
Hmm.
just the turnovers. He was actually like just bad the whole game. I like he missed. He had Pierce open on a deep one once that he's been hitting all year and overthrew it, and
Right.
he just was not the guy from the first couple months. I was rooting against them, even though I had money on them by like 11-15 for because I started thinking about the Pats on the 1 seed. Like really
Look at
started thinking
you.
about
Look
it.
at you.
Well,
Look at
I
what
got
a
excited about it.
what a
I started
great
thinking
world
about it.
this is.
Indy, rest of the way. Atlanta, bye week. At KC, home Houston. At Jacksonville. At Seattle.
Hmm.
San Francisco, Jacksonville. At Houston. So Houston twice, and then at KC, at Seattle. So they're 7-2. 12-5 is conceivable. I don't think anything higher than that.
Yeah. No. I think
13-4, 12-5, somewhere in there.
maybe 11, maybe 11. But yeah, I don't. They can't blow it. Minus 240. I'm just trying to look at these other odds. I wouldn't take any other team to seal that division.
I would not either. Well, and then we have, well, we should talk about the Seahawks quickly because they just absolutely destroyed Washington. They're 6-2, could be 8-0. They were first in DVOA heading into this game, and this was the best game they put all year. Darnold's on a heater.
Ugh.
You look at their schedule the rest of the way. Their toughest road game is at Chargers in 2 weeks. Alt's not going to probably be playing in that. At San Francisco to end the season, or at Atlanta.
Mhm.
It's a pretty cream puffy schedule, and I think there's a real case now for them to be the 1 seed. Do they have 1 seed odds for them yet?
They're very
On
solid.
FanDuel?
I mean, they're not even favored to win the division. Yeah, they're plus 150.
Plus 150 for division?
For the division. Yeah, I don't think they have. I mean,
They don't
they're.
have the 1 seed bet? Yeah, they do.
Oh, they do.
Yeah, they're plus 470 for the 1 seed.
Man, they look great tonight.
Rams are plus 380. I think they're better than the Rams, personally. Like
I think so,
if on
too.
a neutral field, I would pick the Seahawks.
I don't know, but is Washington a team like we should be? First of all, we should probably I'm okay crossing them off, especially with right when that's our next cross off. It's Mariota the rest of the year. They're not going to get much better, right? They have an angry Lions team, Broncos, Eagles in the next 5 weeks. They have to be a cross off. But
I had 2 cross-offs for you, actually, because I think Arizona's a cross-off now.
oh, you don't even want to see them beat the Cowboys by 3
No,
touchdowns?
because
Right?
I think the NFC West
Mhm.
moving away from them like it has, I don't see a scenario where
Oh yeah,
they climb
right,
back. We would basically they'd have to flip places with one of the 3 teams, and I don't see it.
right.
They'd have to
Yeah.
make up 3 wins because we're going to have at least 2 from the NFC North.
Mhm.
So I have for cross-offs Jets, Browns, Tennessee, Miami, New Orleans, Vegas, Cleveland, the Giants, Arizona, and Washington.
Washington.
That's 10.
Yeah, let's do it. We're
That's
almost
fair,
there.
right?
Mhm.
We're heading into week 10. We have 10 cross-off teams.
So it's 22 teams and
22
how many
teams for
and
16 spots.
26
or
spots.
14
No.
spots.
Yeah, 14 spots. Yeah. They look so damn good, Seattle. And the only good part of the game, really interesting, was Collinsworth. Well, he was like Darnold. You said he was on the heater. It was like 16 for 16, 17 for whatever he was, and Collinsworth circles the defensive line for Washington and is like, "Do you know how hard it is to have these monsters chasing you?" He said monsters.
Monsters?
It's like it's a pass rush variation, but I'm like, all right, that's a speech thing at this point.
Monsters.
Yeah, they're so damn good.
Darnold. That turned out to be the move of the year. We thought it was going to be a wash, and it was going to be an interesting argument over the course of the year, Darnold versus Geno.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, we'll be changing our minds on this one 9 times. It's like, nope.
I was talking about it with someone else, and Darnold and Baker make so many teams look bad for passing on them in free agency, right? And just not sticking with them. But imagine if those guys didn't pan out. We'd have 2 more teams with terrible quarterbacks.
Oh my God.
This league would suck so bad.
Jesus. I had Seattle to win the division and Denver to win the division before the year. And the
Looking
Pats to
good.
be a playoff team. Those are my 3 best ones. And Miami to stink. I guess those are my 4 best ones.
Yeah.
I've had some bad ones though. I had Vegas to make the playoffs. Not feeling great about that because they're really, really awful. We were both under on Washington and yeah.
I had
all right.
Arizona to win the division. That was my worst thing. But there's more to come. Don't worry, people.
We'll take a break and then you want to apologize to some people.
Yeah.
All right. Staying here on YouTube. All right. You wanted to apologize. We wished some luck from Baby Doll Dixon a couple weeks ago. Today you just have some apologies to hand out.
Yeah, I just feel like a lot of people said, F you. You guys, you're talking too much shit for a week, a month, 2 months, whatever. I mean, I think JJ McCarthy's at the top of that list. We're talking about, is he even injured? Well, is he coming back? You know what? Doesn't matter.
Are they hiding
Stay
an
out.
ankle sprain?
Yeah. Wentz with a broken torso is better. And I think these are temporary apologies, right? I feel like we could take them back, right? Like you still have to pass the road test, but pretty damn good. Like if Caleb Williams had blown that game, I was going to say, you know what? JJ McCarthy's the best quarterback in the NFC North. I take it all back. So I apologize, JJ McCarthy.
I thought he was all over the place in that game. He was streaky in this, like basically streaky the way some guys are in a season. Right. Over the course of 4 quarters, there was a couple stretches where he looked awesome. And there were a couple other stretches where he looked like a rookie QB playing his 3rd start, basically, like ran out of bounds stupidly in one play. But for the most part, I thought he was really solid. Like that was a great win, combined with the fact that Flores and his defense finally figured out Goff.
Yeah.
How to like bug him. And Goff's one of those where 40 minutes in, if you have him in a teaser parlay, if the defense is hitting him a certain way and he starts fucking bounce passing those passes over the middle, you're like, oh my God, here we go.
Yeah. Flores dialed up a nice plan for Goff.
Yeah.
I think both teams had 5 sacks, but the Vikings' 5 sacks were definitely more effective. Like the Lions couldn't muster more than 65 yards rushing, I don't think. And that just screwed Goff up. I know it ended up being a close game, but probably wasn't.
Well, it was weird because they came out, good drive, Laporta, touchdown. It was like, oh, here we go.
Yep.
Lions, I can't wait to cross this one off. They only ran for 65 yards. They were 5 for 17 on 3rd down. And yet again had another game where multiple guys, either limped off the field or were helped off the field. And they're 5-3. It was a team I really battled on whether I wanted to put them in the playoffs or not. And I finally kind of begrudgingly got there. I had them at like 10-7 as a wild card. But this has been kind of the uneven Lions season I think all of us were worried about, right?
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
A lot of injuries, obviously.
I also don't think I'd be betting against them much. There'll be a couple spots, I think, that where they're on the road, and this week's not one of them. But I still think top to bottom, I was surprised Campbell just didn't have them ready. He had scored 88 points off of buys his last 2 years. So I thought, like you said, they did come out scoring. But yeah, Flores was the MVP of that game.
That was a flash sale line. We talked about it last week. It was the line was. It felt like 2.5, 3 points higher than it should be.
Right.
And they were dying for anybody to take the Vikings. And we were all like, no, we're actually going to parlay the Lions and put them in teases. And we got screwed. What's your next apology?
I'm going to say Colston Loveland.
Oh.
Tight end for the Bears. We were all like Tyler Warren. The Bears are nuts for passing on Tyler Warren. Colston Loveland saves the game, saves a pick. Like that was like one of the I'm going to quit gambling picks. The Bears
Can we go over that?
I just,
I actually took it off the TV
me
because
too.
they did a pick six and they were
Right.
up 48-27 with 3 minutes left, and not realizing that they reviewed the pick six. I still don't understand how it wasn't a pick six.
It's like the guy the intended receiver breathed on him or something. I don't know what touched the interceptor there. That was ridiculous, but they called him down.
We do this a lot with football where we're like, we watch football every day and the rules seem to just change depending on the situation. That's one where it's like, I watch football every week. He gathered the ball when he finally caught it and he got up and ran, and they always call that a touchdown. And why are they bringing this back? So anyway, they have to punt. All of a sudden, Flacco scores. I didn't even know about it till Hench texted us.
Hench just texted like Flacco has 400 yards. I'm like, who gives a shit? So what?
Yeah, they're down 6 with the ball driving, and it would have been one of the worst losses of all time. Then it seemed like the Bears were going to win by 2 and not cover, and then Loveland saves everybody.
Amazing. And there's a still of Loveland like twisting in the air with 3 defenders around him. And the caption is, he scored on this. Like he just bulldozed it. Probably should have gone down at the 2, like Gunnar Stockton did for Georgia Saturday. And then they just kicked the field goal, right? But thank God he didn't. But by the way, I'm not going to, Ben Johnson says don't, and you love those, right? The press.
Ben Johnson's my favorite. I seek them out now. I'm like, did he do a post game?
You're going to pay him to come to your house.
I love it.
Yeah.
He's like, this is what we do. It's like, this is what you do. You blew a 41-27 lead with 2 minutes left.
Yeah. No, don't apologize for a win, he tells them. Like, all right, you could maybe apologize for allowing 15 points in 49 seconds. Maybe
apologize to giving up 480 passing yards to a guy whose shoulder was so bad he threw a 40-yard Hail Mary.
Right.
It's a slight apology. I love his things.
But as a gambler, I don't want to get. I feel like I was taking shit. Everyone's like, "Oh, you got so lucky with that Bears game." Like, it shouldn't have been close. Like, this is
that's a win. We should have won that by 3 touchdowns.
It's like saying a guy born without any limbs wins a trip to Puerto Vallarta on The Price is Right. It's like, "Oh, you're so lucky." Like, no, there's so much bullshit going on before the kickoff return for a touchdown, the blocked field goal, the onside kick recovery, 15 points in less than a minute, the interception, like you said, for a touchdown, I was called back. All that wasn't very lucky. So eat it. I'm taking that win.
Swift's replacement was awesome. I have him in our Ringer fantasy league.
Yeah,
that guy. If you didn't watch football all year, or you were in a coma, or you were like in outer space and just landed and watched these games as your first games of the year, you would think that he was like Jonathan Taylor. Like, he was fucking incredible. He was over and over again just doing shit.
Monangai, and that's why that's why I turned it off. I'm like, he's running for 7 yards a clip, and they just need to kill the clock. And then
Ben Johnson gave him a game ball.
Oh, he did? Okay, good.
Yo, man, I love everybody in this room, man. It's a great win. We got to keep it going. They all say the same things. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's good.
Nobody ever gets it. It's like, I knew I was better than DeAndre Swift. I've been telling all you motherfuckers all year. This is my team.
Well, the other locker room, there was different. Like Jamar Chase and Chase Brown going off on the defense. I kind of like it. I kind of like it. I really do.
It's in the running for the worst defense I've ever seen.
Yeah. It's now many games.
Ripping off 10-yard plays over and over again. I had Caleb in fantasy who had 40.5 points in our league that we care about.
That's nice.
Monegal had 198 total yards. The Bears ran for 283. Flacco had 470 for 4 TDs. I think the Bengals are the most entertaining team in the league now. Like, if they're can play another shitty team, it's going to be a 40-37.
Should they play the Cowboys leading up to the Super Bowl, like the morning of the Super Bowl?
Like a Saturday game? That'd be great.
Or even the morning of. Yeah.
Yeah, make it like $100 million game. Get Netflix to do it.
Yeah.
More apologies. Who do you have next?
Let's see. Who else do I have? Diddy. I mean, he's going to be out of jail soon. That's great. How did he do it? Oh, we'll never doubt him again. What a legend. You know what? This is dumb of me. I'm going to apologize to YouTube TV. I don't know why I didn't know you could customize the 4-box. Why didn't I? I'm sitting there like a forensic scientist in a lab trying to match up screens.
You didn't know you could just
press the
thing? Like, oh my God, that's all I do.
This is great. This is unbelievable. This is a game changer. And I apologize for anything I've said to YouTube TV.
I've gotten to the point where I like, for good luck, putting the Pats in the bottom left.
Oh,
So
really?
I'll keep moving the multi-views, like trying to do it until I finally
Uh-huh.
get the Pats in the bottom left, and then I feel like
I'm
that's
an
good enough.
idiot. Bad job by me. I don't know why I did that. And I'll
I have an
apologize.
apology. Can I do an apology?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I'd like to apologize to Mike Tomlin. Um,
Really?
2 weeks in a row betting against him at home in Pittsburgh as an underdog. Um, I should have known. I should have known he was going to do all the dumb Steelers shit that they do all the time. Like I should have known it looked too easy. Daniel Jones on grass. This was like the exact type of situation Tomlin loves. They were
Mhm.
just going to get 6 turnovers out of nowhere. I just should have known. He's just, this is who he is. He's going to be this guy until he's like 70.
Mm.
Just
All
winning games.
right.
They're always going to go 9-8 or 10-7. I don't know why I went under with them. It doesn't matter who's on the team. They can have a 42-year-old QB. They can have a defense that gives up 20 straight passes the week before. They're always going to be fine. They're always going to go 9-8 or 10-7.
Well, 9-8 was still under, wasn't it? Wasn't it 9.5?
Now they were 8.5 this year.
Oh, right. That's right.
Yeah,
If you wanted to
they
go
still
over,
went
it was
under.
time.
All right,
Yeah.
what's your last apology?
One more. I just have nerd clusters. They're fantastic. I laughed at them. I'm like, you kids are wasting your time with these nerd clusters. They're all of a sudden, have you had them? They're my favorite non-chocolate candy now. They've grown on me. They're
Is
literally
that what
grown.
Brad threw on our ribs?
He just did regular nerds, but they
Oh.
have these clusters now. It's like in a gummy. You haven't had this? You're not living right. You're just
These
you're
don't
just
sound
vanilla
healthy.
lattes. Yeah, of course it's unhealthy. Look at me.
Okay.
Yeah. We give
I've been
you
eating a
health
lot of Kit
advice here.
Kats lately. Been on a
Yeah.
Kit Kat run.
Oh, that's your
Kit
thing?
Kats are really good. Well, my wife bought Halloween candy and bought the bigger Kit Kats.
Yeah.
Just really
Can
good.
I tell you something? I think bigger Kit Kats are so much better than the smaller ones. And I think it has
So
to
much
do
better. I
with
think they
the
make them
ratio.
differently.
They must. I think the ratio of whatever
There's
is
more chocolate in
perfect
the bigger ones.
on the big ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with
Okay,
you.
good.
Pats Falcons. Pats win, don't cover. All the Pats fans were worried about this game. And yet the Pats were up 21-7 driving before halftime.
hmm
At midfield, there was like 25 seconds left. It felt like 24-7 minimum. And then May gets sacked, fumbled. Falcons come back down.
Didn't even get sacked. It was such a wuss play. Just gave
It
the
was
ball
like
up.
almost like
Oh,
a
what's wrong
tap.
with that guy? He's not that good. But go ahead. Yeah.
He's on pace for 4,400 yards and 34 TDs and 8 picks and breaking the completion record. Completion percentage record. He actually would have the record all time in the history of the NFL right now.
I just can't believe this. I really can't believe we're doing this like years later. Like you should have had to suffer like a Cleveland
I did
Browns.
suffer. We suffered
10
for half a
no,
decade. What do you want
oh,
from us?
please. Half a decade, and then you should have you should have stayed with Mac Jones. Like you shouldn't go half a decade and now have Junior Goat here. This is so stupid.
Well, he got sacked 12 times in 2 weeks
Yeah.
and was under real duress. And there's some issues with this Pats team, which we've known. But they are 7-2. They are going to, I think, be a playoff team just because of their schedule.
No
They
doubt.
do have the trade deadline coming up with like $48 million under the cap. They need a pass rusher. They need another receiver. The game flipped today, not because of that fumble, but because Booty got hurt. And all of a sudden, the Pats had nobody getting open. Diggs is still like on a snap count. So
Yeah.
it's like Pop Douglas, it's Kyle Williams, the rookie receiver, who every time May throws to him, either Williams gets crossed up with May or vice versa. He's never in the right spot. And basically, they're just throwing the tight ends and throwing swing passes. I thought they were really lucky to win the game. Drake London was killing them. It was the worst
Yeah.
Gonzalez has looked all season.
He
Drake
is
London
tough
was
one-on-one.
dominant.
Very tough to cover that guy. Yeah.
They shut down Bijan. Penix was really up and down, but it came down and they missed an extra point. And
Yeah, you get to play all the bad teams with all the bad coaches, and all
Yeah.
the bad quarterbacks, and all the bad kickers. So it's hard to lose. And you're gonna have AJ Brown against Tampa next week.
I don't think it'll be AJ Brown, but I am looking
No?
at those Dolphins guys. That Jalen Phillips, Hendrickson would be great. The Bengals lost again. I don't think the Raiders will trade Max Crosby,
Nah,
but
look at you. The rich get richer here with this team. Do you think Vrabel at 2-1 for Coach of the Year is a better bet than maybe for MVP? Because he's sneaking up there, Vrabel.
It's
Steichen
either
is-
Vrabel or Steichen, right?
Yeah, so that's
Does
who
that
you'd have
come
to
down
beat
to
out.
who has a better record? That's who wins Coach of the Year.
I think if you win the division, And, well, I don't know. This is some
I had
schedule you
Vrabel
have
at
here.
plus 750
You do? That's
from
good.
before the year. I
That's
picked that
good.
in our futures draft too.
Oh no. It's one more thing I'm going to lose. Terrific.
You had some good ones in the future
I
draft.
forgot who I had. Yeah. I had
You had
one
a couple
stupid
good
thing
ones.
going.
I think the Pats are missing a couple. I think they have a real chance to do something in January and maybe win a playoff game or two. But the offensive line is becoming real concerning. Like
Mm.
Will Campbell got worked a couple times. Like he got like just shoved backwards into May a couple times, which I have not. I don't remember seeing that before. They didn't have Ramondre either. Quickly, do we care about 49ers Giants? Dayball being first coach fired? Probably not.
No,
Niners
all
are
I'll
six
say
and
is
three.
we just need to be smarter about some stuff. Like we need to start respecting our cross-off teams and treating them as cross-off teams. And when you could bet against them getting 2.5 points, just go for it. Especially since San Francisco is one of our playoff
Right.
teams. Like, how do we think this is all going to work out
But
if we're
how do you
not
bet the
betting
Niners
these?
when you don't even know who's playing for them?
I know, I know. But the Giants had worse injuries, it turns out.
Yeah.
Well, now San Francisco lost someone else too. So, but yeah, they heard us loud and clear about being the 7th seed, and they just demolished that team.
Jags Raiders. Jags win, don't cover. They win in OT. They win because they score in overtime. Another weird overtime thing. They take like 7 minutes,
Yeah.
even though they basically took the kickoff almost to midfield.
Mm-hmm.
Then they were just doing 40 seconds of play. They go down in the red zone. Nothing has been more exciting this year than watching the Jaguars execute plays inside the 10-yard line. They had a pick in the end zone in the first half. They actually scored. Raiders come back down, they score, but they don't get the 2-point because instead of throwing to Brock Bowers, who had 12 catches, 127 yards, and 3 TDs and was running amok, they're like, no, we're going to have Geno try to hit Tyler Lockett over the defensive line. There's no way this will get tipped.
Yeah.
And they lose.
We knew we were on a text chain like this is 30-29 as the Raiders got the ball.
There's no
like
question they're going to overthink it.
You said it was weird overtime. I thought that was the perfect. That is exactly how it should be. One team gets it, goes 6 or 7 minutes, scores. The other team has a shot, has 3 or 4 minutes, scores, and goes for 2.
12 minutes.
I love that. I know. I just think that worked out one possession each. That said, I thought this game should not have been in the late window. It should have been in a cricket stadium in Prague at 3 a.m. Pacific time.
I have 3 questions coming out of this game.
Yeah.
Would you like a rule addendum that if you score the first TD in overtime, the first team to have the ball, they score a touchdown. If they go for 2 and get it, the game's over.
Oh, no, I still want both teams touching the ball. It's not fair. The defenses are exhausted. It's not fair. One team wins a coin toss and the other team doesn't get it. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, whatever avoids a tie is best.
Here's my next question. Is Pete Carroll the new Clapper or is he the new Joe Biden? Because it's one or the other. Because he's on the sideline. He's not really, doesn't seem like he's doing that much coaching. His mouth's kind of open. And he's just doing this like he's chewing gum or he just kind of has that vacant look.
Chews gum hard.
A lot of clapping. A lot of clapping.
I know. I
Clapper
feel bad
2.0.
for him. I mean, he's sitting there watching 68-yard field goals, and he must be like, "What the fuck? This is not my day and age, my game here." I mean,
it does speak to how well liked Pete Carroll was and how disliked Bill Belichick is. That they're basically in the same situation in college and pros. And
well, if he had a 24-year-old girlfriend, I think it might be a little different story. But they covered. I'm proud of them. Did you? And I'll say this: Bowers makes them watchable. Like, has a tight end ever? Awesome. But has a tight end ever made an unwatchable team watchable? Just a tight end?
I have him in all my fantasy leagues. He was awesome against the Pats. He got hurt. They played him hurt for like 3 weeks, then stopped playing him. Right. And now he's like great again. Like it was like
that touchdown pass
he had,
was phenomenal.
He's fine. He was like an absolute beast.
Right.
And they were throwing it to him to the point where it was like, hey man, don't get this guy hurt again. Like 12 catches is enough. Like what is he gonna have? 17?
Was Russ Francis your guy? Like with the Patriots, but the Patriots were bad. But you watched because of Russ Francis. Like I'm trying to figure out another.
Good. We were good in 76 all the way through. We were favored
even when he got there.
AFC every year, basically.
Really?
We had Russ Francis. We had We had Stanley Morgan and Daryl Stingley
You
and
weren't
Harold
favored over the
Jackson.
Raiders and the Steelers.
There
What are you
was a
talking
year where
about?
we were favored to win the AFC.
Yeah, 2009.
No, 1978 maybe. One of those
Really?
years. Yeah, we were like
Like when Denver won?
we almost made
I
the
don't know.
Super Bowl in 76. We got robbed by the Raiders game. We were good.
All right.
We were a
I'm
good
I'm trying
team.
to think of another tight end that made a team great. That wasn't well, not great, but watchable.
Mm. Um,
I'll come up with it.
Kellen Winslow,
That team was good though.
Gonzalez,
Good team.
Ben Coates.
Maybe.
One more thing from that game. 68-yard field goal. We've talked about this before.
Mhm.
Not even a blip. I don't even think
No.
it made Sports Center that somebody broke the record by 2 yards. So I think 75 yards has to be the number that people would actually be impressed by at this
Ooh,
point.
interesting.
68, it's bouncing off people. 70, I don't even think people would care. 75, we're like, oh, wow, that's long.
75. Yeah, I want this to go up the record one per year for the rest of my life. And I
So
want it
101 yards would be
101. I'm not going another 33 years. No. But if I got another 15,
bad if you're
16
nerd
years,
clusters.
84-yard field goal is what I want to see. Yeah, but you're right. Like there were only 3 games played in that late window. And a guy kicked a 68-yard field goal. And it was like, all right, well, if we get to it, we get to it.
There should never be less than 4 games in the late window.
Right.
They
Amen.
should have moved the Houston game
I thought the Colts Steelers would move,
or Colts Steelers.
but they wanted too many. They wanted all the eyes, the CBS eyes on Buffalo, KC.
Rams Saints. Nothing to report here except Stafford is the MVP candidate of the week. That'll be a story tomorrow.
He's
Stafford,
moved up.
Why isn't he the MVP? Last year was Jonathan Taylor. This week will be Stafford.
Plus 500. It's moving up.
Chargers Titans. Herbert 8 picks this year and a couple of really bad ones.
Hmm.
It's like year 5 for him.
He just doesn't care. I don't think he is just slinging it. It's Brett
Slinging it.
Favre-ish, I think. I got to be honest. I didn't have this on. This is the one that kicked it until it
had
got
it
close to the spread at the end.
I had this on instead of the Packer game.
Yeah.
Chargers to be a sneaky fall out of the playoffs team. Right now they're 6-3. There's 3,
Ooh.
7-2 teams. Chargers are 6-3. Buffalo is 6-2.
Mm-hmm.
Chargers rest of the way. Pittsburgh at home. Their road
Sunday
games
night.
at Jacksonville, at KC, at Dallas, at Denver, and they also have Philly and Houston in LA. And if their offensive line is going to look like it did in the second half of the game and how it's looked without Joe Alt, I think this is a team that could drop out.
You don't
Like,
think they
I
can
think
get
that go
4?
from 6-3 to 9-8 seems conceivable to me.
Really? All right. So let's see. Oh, wow.
3 more wins here.
FanDuel agrees with you. Minus 225. So they're right. They're right there.
They 10 wins, we think.
Yeah.
That has to be AFC. You can't get in with 9, I don't think. I think it has to be 10.
No, I don't think 9.
So I think 4
still
wins
have
is
the
going to be
Chiefs.
hard for them.
They're done with the Raiders?
KC's going to need the game.
Definitely.
When they play Denver in week 18, that might be Denver playing for like the 1 seed. Like they're going to give a shit about that. Philly, so it'll come down to Pittsburgh. If they lose to Pittsburgh next week, I think
So
I
that's
don't think
Sunday
they're gonna make
night.
playoffs.
We're going to go over
Yeah.
this in a second, but it's Sunday night and it's going to be 80% Steelers fans.
Yeah. All right. One more break for the pod. We'll keep going on YouTube. Guess the lines. Week 10. I'm up 6-3.
Yeah, you're up 6-3.
Bye weeks. Cincinnati. They need time to figure out a defensive plan. If they're ever going to trade Trey Hendrickson, this is the week. Right?
For
he doesn't
sure.
have a long-term contract. Team's
Yeah.
going nowhere. How are you going to pay him when you already paid your receivers and Burrow? Why not try to get like a second or a third for him?
No doubt. Or maybe he'll just drive off a cliff, take the easy way out.
You're right.
Poor guy.
Cincy, Tennessee, KC, and your team Dallas. You get a week off
So
from
excited.
not watching them.
So excited.
Thursday night, Broncos home for the Las Vegas Raiders. The Broncos are almost definitely going to be 8-2 on Thursday.
Mhm.
I have Broncos by 9.
I had 10.5 and it's 9.5. Oh, you get that. Shit. I got excited for a second because I can't do math.
9.5.
Shit. I know what you're thinking.
Can they just rest Brock Bowers for that game for fantasy reasons? Or if they're down 10, just not play him anymore? I need Brock Bowers in week 15 and 16. Don't get hurt in this game, Brock Bowers. Take it easy.
Gino's going to take it easy. We know that.
Geno's just doesn't have it anymore.
There's
just basic passes like over the middle where he had one pass in the second half. The guy's cutting across the middle. And if he leads him a little, I think it would have been a touchdown, but he throws it behind. The guy has to fall down and catch it. And it's just a lot of those. He just doesn't have it anymore. It's too bad. Germany game. Colts Falcons. Pretty good game.
Yeah. I feel like they're
Goodell
like
Germany more than England. That's my takeaway from this.
I think Goodell's gonna be like, hey, we didn't realize these teams were gonna be decent at this point. We'd like fuck. Take a rain check. We'll send you something else. Hey, the Jets are playing the Browns. We'll send you that instead. Yeah.
This could start another world war. England's like, what the hell?
Germany, yeah.
Colts neutral field. I have in Vegas on 5.5 over the Falcons.
Oh, is this going to be one of these days? I had 5. It's 6.5.
Oh. So what does that mean if it was in Indianapolis? It would be Colts by 8?
Well, what was your team? Your team opened at 5.5 at home, right? The Colts are right. It went down to 4.5. Yeah. But the Colts are power ranked. Couple points better than Patriots. Apparently. I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
If we were playing the Falcons on a neutral field, that would have been like 3 or 3.5.
Right. Yeah. Right. I think that's fair. You just don't know what Atlanta team's ever going to show up here.
Sunday's marquee game. We did it, Sal. We're back.
You made
Patriots are in the Sunday marquee game.
No argument.
They're sending Nance and Romo and Tracy Woodson. Romo's going to do okay, Jim. Here we go. Here we go, Jim. Drake May.
How did he do that? Do you think he had to pay the Howard Letterman's estate? Is Howard Letterman still alive for that?
Okay, Jim. I have Larry Holmes 4 rounds to 2. I loved Harold Letterman.
Oh, it was great.
I have this as a hardcore tic-tac game. Bucks -1.5 at home against the New England Patriots.
Okay, good. I get this one from you. I said 3. It is 2.5. Oh, look how insulted you are.
Well, so how healthy are the Bucks going to be?
Well, I mean, you're playing them at the best spot, right? It's off a bye, right? Yeah, they were off this week. I don't know how healthy.
This guillotine league that we're in, which I've really enjoyed.
It's the best. Everyone do a guillotine league. It's so much better. I just want to say it's like the scramble you have to make to add drop players every week. Whereas in your other leagues, there's no players on the waiver wire.
Yeah, because every time somebody gets voted out, you get their players, or you get to bid on
feeding frenzy, right?
So I tried to gamble this year and tried to not spend a lot of our $1,000 budget on free agents, and just tried to patch it together week after week, hoping if we could get to like week 10, I'd have more money than everybody else.
Right.
And today I had Caleb Williams, who had 38.7 points and single-handedly carried me. I have Bucky Irving, Mayfield, and Igbuka on the bench, and I have more money than everyone else. I'm starting to get ideas.
And there's only 4 bench players, right?
Yeah. I'm starting to get ideas. I hope
they light up your Patriots next week. You'll be happy.
Well, Bucky Irving, I think, will be back, right?
They were saying it looks decent that he's back. Yeah. Yeah, I have in a bunch of leagues too.
This is a tough. Obviously the Pats have won a few in a row here.
You could lose one here. What is it? 6 in a row and 6 in a row against the spread? Just enough. It's enough. Let the other kids.
I do think they're going to make a trade. I really do. I think they're going to add somebody important. I think they're going to add an impact guy. I think the AFC is wide open, and they know what they need. They need a pass rusher. If they got an awesome linebacker, probably not conceivable, but yeah, offensive line, everybody's looking for that, whatever. Pass rusher and an extra receiver they need.
It's going to be Vita Vea, taken right off the Tampa roster, thrown right in there.
I'd take
head-to-head Sunday.
Watchables, I only got one. Rams at San Francisco. I have the Rams favored by 3 points.
Yeah, I said 1.5. It's 3 exactly. No, it's 3.5, but you get it. 3.5 it went to.
Probably Purdy for this?
I mean, you keep saying that. Probably every Sunday night we've said probably Purdy, but Mac
Maybe
Jones
they
looked
don't
good
want him to
today.
come back.
No, he looked okay.
Did these teams play already?
Yeah, they played that Thursday night game,
Oh
right?
yeah, they beat them.
Yeah.
So bigger game for the Rams because they need to split this with the Niners or else.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. That's our last watchable. Sorry, Sal.
Is that really it?
We have 4 fairly watchables. Ravens at Minnesota.
Yeah, that was the close.
Would
That's
you
the
put
only
that
one
in
I
a
would put.
watchable? I guess
I
that should
think
be in a
so.
watchable.
At
All
this
right.
point, it
That's
is.
fair.
Vikings
Yeah.
play good enough.
Yeah. I think
I
that's
mean,
fair.
they'll
All right, I'll
fool
put
us
that in
again.
there. I have the Ravens favored in that game by 1.5.
Oh, I said 4.5. It is 3.5.
Really?
Yeah,
So
really.
we're
I
just
won.
all in on the Ravens as a contender again, even though
I
they're
think you have to be.
3-5, really, because they look good against Miami Dolphins, who fired their GM the next day and should have already fired their coach and benched their quarterback. We're just
I
back.
think I think it's too. God, it wasn't against good teams, but it was all about the defense, right? Is this team going to allow 40 a game?
Did you see
And
the
I think
montage of
they're
all the
back.
terrible Tua passes? I actually watched that on ESPN the next day. I was having
Terrible too.
coffee. They showed a montage of the all 22 of Tua
All right.
just missing guys.
Yeah,
It was like 6 passes.
he's great. He's really good. No,
He'll
we
be
might be
on he'll be
overselling.
on Good Morning Football in 2 years.
Maybe that's one of the guys you trade for. You got a lot of money. Good backup.
Fairly watchables. 3 then. Texans home for the Jaguars. I would have had this a watchable, but I'm gonna guess CJ Stroud doesn't play in this game, right? The
I can't say
concussion is
anything.
usually you get scratched
Right.
for a week.
Right.
So knowing that, I'm gonna say Texans by 2.5 at home against the Jaguars.
All right. I eased this one. I said one. It's 1.5.
Okay.
That'll move around a bunch though, right?
I thought ETN was really good today.
Yeah, he did everything but score. I have him
Yeah,
in
he
fantasy.
really
Just couldn't get
he
in.
had a huge impact on that game. Brian Thomas got hurt.
Hmm.
Brian Thomas had an awesome play over the middle, ran for 40 yards, and got hurt.
Hmm.
It was just when it was like, here he comes, he's back. Seahawks home for the Cardinals. Wow. I did these guesses in the afternoon, and I guess Seahawks by 6.5. I'm bumping that to 7. Seahawks by 7.
It's 6.5.
All right,
But
I lose
I
it.
had 8. Now you win it.
Oh, I win anyway.
I
Okay.
had 8. I thought that should be higher. I don't know. Arizona short week going to Seattle.
So you're playing
Gets
them
spanked.
tomorrow, and there's a
Mhm.
weird Brissett Kyler Murray thing happening.
Where Kyler Murray's available but not starting. Yeah.
Yeah, like their season's on the line, right?
You know,
It's a must
Kyler
win.
Murray is 9-0 at AT&T Stadium. He won like a schoolboy tournament there, and he won his high school thing.
I'm
and
aware. It
yeah,
seems like they don't want him to play because if he does well, then they're kind of stuck with him for the rest of the year because he played well in this Monday Night Football game in Dallas.
interesting.
So they would rather play Brissett, maybe try to win anyway, but then they don't have this Kyler thing. I just think it's weird if he's available to play and you're not playing him. Like if Drake May was available to play, we would play Drake May.
Right. I think it's exactly that. Like Brissett, anyone should look good, right?
They don't
Going to
want Kyler
this,
Murray anymore. It's a John
going
Moran
against this
situation.
Cowboys defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Brissett almost beat the Colts in Indy, so might not be that bad.
Third watch, fairly watchable. Might be a poop fecta if Daniels is out.
Oh yeah.
Lions, Washington. I got to change my pick on this.
Yeah, I'm
Even
gonna
though
change it too.
it's in Washington. How many points am I allowed to bump it up? 3?
I'll bump mine 3. You bump yours 3.
All right. I had -6 for the Lions, so I'll bump it to -9.
Plus not. Yeah, it's you get it. Shit, it's 8.5. I said 6.5. That was dumb. Dumb.
Ooh.
5-3. You're up.
Teaser?
Oh, you love Detroit
Parlay?
and Denver so far. Let's keep going. You'll find another.
Denver? Oh, I do like those too.
Well, they're not going to screw us 2 weeks in a row. Come on.
That does look. Broncos over the Raiders just to win by 3, and then the Lions to win by
There's
3
another
over
one.
Washington. That sounds
There's
great.
another one for you.
Oh, I see it here in the poop fecta list.
You see
Bills,
it?
Dolphins.
That's the one.
Bills in Miami. DJ Mikey Mack staying for the rest of the year. The
Guess
DJ.
so.
He's going to
Yeah.
be spinning his records for 7 more weeks here. I have Bills by 9 over the Dolphins.
I had 9.5. I got this exactly. 9.5 it is.
Mm.
So there you go. Who screws that up? Bills just to beat Miami. Detroit just to beat Washington.
Is it wrong that I'm
And-
still scared of Miami after that Falcons game?
Extended rest. They're home. They played them tough when they played on that Thursday night, right? They covered. Yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't be scared.
I got to ask you, how many wins did the Dolphins end up with? Because I may or may not have multiple win total unders at 6.5 and 4.5 and 3.5 on them for the season.
Oh, man.
Right now they have 2 wins.
Well, they have 2, right?
They play the Bills, so that's
Yep.
a loss.
Mm-hmm.
They play the Commanders in Madrid, Saints
Right.
home, at Jets, at
They have the
Steelers,
Jets.
Bengals home, Bucks at Patriots. 6 seems improbable, right?
Jets and Bengals, they have to split that for you to
So
sweep
4
the
and
board
13.
here.
4 and 13, I win. I think every
That's
bet
good.
I made except one that was
Good for you. Yeah. Don't get beat by the Jets or get beat by the Jets. Yeah.
at Pats week 18.
Oh, 2 seed that doesn't care. Oh boy.
I'll be able to hedge it. All right. Poop fecta. Bears home for the Giants.
Mm.
We don't apologize for wins. We're 3-1 in the second quarter.
Thanks, coach. I wasn't planning on it. I'm going to apologize to the dry cleaner. Who is he supposed to apologize to?
He might need a sedative before those speeches. He's like too jacked up. He gets too
Yeah.
fired up.
I think Caleb Williams should paint his nails before every game. Just calm him down a little bit.
I thought Caleb was pretty good today,
Yeah.
but then I kept remembering that he was playing the Bengals.
Yeah.
You just had to keep remembering. It was like watching one of your sons play a video game, but it's on the all rookie level, and you're like, "Whoa,
Right.
Harrison's doing really well in this game," and it's like
Right.
the easiest level possible.
You know what he was good at though? Like, all right, the guy's wide open. Sure, the secondary sucks. He was pretty nifty in the pocket.
He
Like,
really
there were
was.
a bunch of times I thought he was going to get sacked, and that, like, to me, that's not all the front seven's fault. You know, they had a paw on him a bunch, but he was good escaping.
I had him on 2 of my fantasy teams and had very high hopes for him in that Bengals game.
Yeah.
The Bengals defense might be the first defense we've had in a while where you just want to start whatever quarterback is going against them. It's like
I
a
feel,
guaranteed 25
know,
fantasy points.
Flacco is just you see it in his face. It's just exhausted. These guys just want to kill all the defended. What did they score? Like 38, 2 games
Yeah.
in a row. The only team to lose
Yeah,
both games
ever.
after scoring 30 ever. That doesn't seem right.
Jets
Cowboys will do that.
Browns in New Jersey. This is like first pick. This is
We
first
shouldn't
pick
have
in
to
the
do
draft,
this.
maybe.
Oh, you think?
Like no, just it's in the like Jets, Browns, Saints. Those are probably 3 of the
Titans? No.
and Titans. But
Yeah.
I thought the Titans looked pretty encouraging today against the Chargers. I had
please.
that game on. I thought
They
looked
just
all
had a
right.
good start. They had a couple big fluky
Kate
plays.
Ward looked good in that game.
Yeah.
I have Jets -1.5 at home against the
You nailed it. I thought tic tac, but I really, I don't know why I thought the Browns would be favored by 1.5, but 1.5.
I'm really
Jets.
worried I'm going to put this in Ringer 107 as the Browns +1.5.
Right. Because you
Like,
always
just
love
their defense,
Dylan
like-
Gabriel on the road. You always love it.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why I hope I don't do that. But I just keep thinking of the Browns defense against the Jets. Just sounds delicious.
Would this be a fun one to put Shador in if you were ever going to try him out? In New York. Big, good game, right?
The Sanders family needs something. Dion's getting
I know.
annihilated at
I
Colorado.
know.
Panthers home against the Saints with a chance to go 6-4. Their over under was 6.5.
Right.
I have the Panthers by 3.5.
I said 5.5, so we split that. It's 4.5.
No, the Vegas
What?
owned us.
The Saints can't be on the road getting less than to a
They're really
five-win
bad.
team.
I'm not sure the Saints are going to win again.
Yeah.
Sunday night,
The mother shuckers didn't have a ton
Sunday
to
night
cheer
Chargers
for.
Steelers in LA with. Uh, there's going to be a lot of Steelers fans.
Yeah.
A lot, like a lot.
Hmm.
And I have the Chargers by 2.5.
You edged me out here. I said 2, and it's 3. Did you win again? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it?
No, we got a
Wait,
Monday
did
night
we
game.
we didn't do Giants Bears, did we?
Did we pick it? I guess we talked about it and didn't actually pick it.
Yeah.
Bears home for the Giants. I had Bears by 5.5.
Yeah, all right. I had 5, and it's 3.5.
Oh, so you win that one.
I don't think that's enough though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What happened? We ran out of games. These teams can't be on buys. I need more games here.
I'm
Come
sorry.
on again.
Sunday night Chargers Steelers.
Yeah, we did it.
No, I know, but it just
Oh, let's do it again.
a lot of
Maybe I'll
Aaron
win.
Rodgers in primetime games,
Yeah.
right? And it seemed dubious before the year, but they've actually been pretty entertaining.
This works out.
Monday night Packers.
You know who's
Eagles.
got to, sorry, before I move on, they are going to have to move Washington out. Washington's got some prime slots here. They play in Denver on Sunday Night Football. Can you bounce a Madrid game? A Madrid game against the Dolphins. That's pretty bad. Washington against Miami.
Instead of a loser leaves town, there might be a loser stays here match. The
Yeah.
loser just has to stay in Madrid.
Loser leaves the globe. Yeah.
Oh man. Hey Madrid, we hope you guys like football. Here's Tua Tagliabue and Marcus Mariota. We hope you like this.
Good luck pronouncing their names. and then watching.
Yeah, so they have Washington's on that. I mean, out of all those TV games you listed, the Christmas one's probably the biggest hit.
Oh yeah, against my
That's
team,
a
right?
really tough one.
Yeah,
Because that's one of those where you don't, if you're
Mm-hmm.
not going to the streamer intentionally,
right.
you're not like stumbling across that one. All right, Sunday night or Monday night, we have Packers Eagles, which I mentioned. I have Packers in Green Bay, favored by 2.5.
All right. Well, you win anyway. I said 2. It is 2.5. And watch the Packers be great. And we're talking about how they're the best team in the league again because they look
Let's not do
past the
that again.
Panthers.
Let's all agree not to do that again. They burned our trust too many times.
I don't get it. I don't get it. I also think if you wear like 1920s outfits, you're destined to play that way a little bit. You're going to go 3 yards a clip, and then you're going to get stuck on 4th down, and that's that.
Not to
As
step
soon
on
as I
parent
saw
corner, but the Packers are like my son, where it's like, when are you gonna be home? I'm gonna be home at 3:30. Let's hang out. And then he comes home at like 7:30. It's like, I thought you were gonna be home at 3:30. Oh yeah,
Right.
I went there instead. Now I'm home. And
Oh, yeah,
after
they're
a
just
while,
liars.
when he gives me a time, I just don't believe it until he actually walks through the front door.
Mm-hmm.
To me,
The
that's
times
Green
of
Bay
the
Packers.
spreads. Should we guess like
I don't
what time
trust the
Ben's-
Packers at all anymore. The Packers are like, we're gonna win. We're taking this seriously. We're going for the Super Bowl. It's like, cool. I
Yeah.
don't trust you.
I think that should be added to a line. All right. Ben says he's going to be home at 3:30. All right. Bill,
3:30.
what'd you pick?
Sounds
All
like
right,
7:25.
I picked 5:15. Ooh, you get it. I picked 6:30.
He had a good
It's
one
actually
today. He
5.
said 1:30 and he came home at 5:30, which is
Yeah.
anytime you can be an extra 4. And there's always a weird excuse too.
Yeah.
Always something with like the girlfriend. We didn't realize we had to study. It's always a we didn't realize.
He's like a mattress delivery company. He gets a 4-hour window. Right.
Or Spectrum Cable.
Right.
Be there between 9 and 1. All right. That's it for Guest Alliance. I'm sorry.
You win. Screw you.
We do have I don't have the parent corner. I guess I'll have to do that read. I don't have the read for that. See, this is what happens.
What are you gonna
when we're
do?
live on YouTube? We'll just have to insert it in after the fact.
That's
Parent
good
corner, go
thinking.
ahead. Let's hear what you got.
All right. So, so we're trying to raise funds for Cooperstown, which is the
Yeah.
end of July, right? So this is my 12-year-old Harrison's team goes up there, and it costs like a lot of money. So we want to offset a few of the costs. So one of the parents runs a little league league actually, and has access to fields, and was nice enough to throw a fundraiser where all 8-year-old teams from all over the area would come and play, and the 12-year-olds, Harrison and his buddies, would umpire, right? So they had to go through some slight training, but they, whatever, they're umping 8-year-old games, so it's okay. So Harrison's going to ump 4 games this weekend. So 2 yesterday, 2 today, and I'm not going to watch him ump 2 games, right? There's too much college football for me to bet on. So
Wait,
I,
you were
yeah,
expected as a parent to
no,
watch him be an umpire?
I don't think so, but he had to
Okay.
get there and I had to pick him up. So when I picked him up, I caught the end of his second game and he did fine. Like he didn't screw up, right?
Yeah.
It's just 2 close plays at first and that was it. So, and then he went back today and my wife, Melissa, was in charge of it. So I get home from watching games today and she says to me, she's like, I was like, how did he do today? She's like, well, I thought he did well, but one of the fathers was complaining about a couple of his calls. I was
What?
like, what? I was like, you were watching and you saw this? She's like, yeah, he was pissed that his kid's team lost. And he's like, well, we probably would have won if there weren't so many botched calls. And I was like, well, he was probably kidding around. Did he know? Harris was like, no, he wasn't kidding. And I said, well, did you say anything to him? She's like, no, he's an idiot. And I said, well, who was it? And she says, I don't know. I think Michelle knows who it is. I'm like, well, tell Michelle to tell me who the fuck it is. Because now I got to, who the hell is going off on
Right.
a 12-year-old umpire in an 8-year-old game? She's like, well,
Yeah.
he didn't yell anything. He was just very vocal. And I'm like, yeah, that's enough. If he was
Yeah.
vocal and like pointing out my son, like that's weird. So she's like, well, what are you going to do? I'm like, I'll think of something. And so I said to Harrison, I'm like, what happened? He's like, Dad, I was right about both calls. The runner came off the base. He came off second base twice. It happened like within an inning, and I called him out. I was like right there. So I was like really pissed off. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do, but Michelle, if you're listening, I want names. I want to find out. I need to know who this is. And then I realized, like an hour before the podcast, I'm like, this was me 4 years ago. So what can I really do here?
It's all come full circle.
Yeah, it really is. It's such a mess. I still want his name.
I still can't believe you haven't been in a near altercation
I
on the
know.
sidelines. Keep waiting to see that on TMZ
Would that be
Sports.
great? Would that be just the best
I would
to,
love
to
it.
catch that?
I would love it.
Didn't what's her name get arrested for that? Janice Soprano. Wasn't that an episode? Like in a
Remember,
soccer game.
remember a million parent corners ago, my wife got into it with some older lady who was
Oh
the grandmother
yeah.
of another team and was going off on the lady.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right, right. Yeah,
Yeah.
grandmothers they're rough. They are really they get in there.
Oh, I found the sponsor, by the way. Today's Parent Corner is brought to you by Workday. Are you a forward thinker? Then you need an HR and finance platform that thinks like you do. Workday is the AI platform that helps propel your organization, your workforce, your entire industry into the future. Workday, moving business forever forward. Learn more at workday.com. My Parent Corner, my son turned 18 this weekend.
Yeah, I saw that. Good job.
When they get to 18, it's different than when you have a daughter that gets with the sons. It's like you just start thinking of all the missed calls where they may not have made it to 18.
Right.
The times they almost bled to death, or
Right.
the time when they fell, or they almost fell down the stairs, or they dropped a rock on their foot. It's weird. It's not exactly you're not just thinking it's not like a Hallmark card. It's just missed calls. But we had a party, and then my son was supposed to be home today to help clean up after backyard, some stuff out there, and instead took his girlfriend to breakfast, and then somehow ended up back at her place, and then told us that she got him as one of his birthday gifts a puppy yoga session. Are you familiar with
What
these?
is that?
So this is like an LA thing that's pretty funny actually, but I've never done it.
I'm gonna hate this. What is
It's
it?
in Burbank. It's you relax, stretch, and cuddle puppies in a unique yoga experience.
Man.
So that's what my son was doing at some point today, and he was supposed to come home at 1:30 to clean up, and came home when it was dark at 5:30, and then immediately started making himself food. And I was like, "You're gonna clean up in the back?" And he said, "Dad, I haven't eaten yet."
Uh,
And I was just like, "Happy birthday! I'm glad you made it to 18." He's now like more like a roommate.
right.
I would say less like a son, more like a roommate that we're renting out a studio 1 bedroom apartment to in the second floor of our house. And he
Yeah.
just kind of comes in, and you have to go in, and you have to go like, "Hey, hey, the cable bill, it's, we got to pay the last 2 months. I just need a check, or you can
Right.
Venmo me. Yeah, I'll get to it. I'll get to it. Yeah, happy 18 to Ben.
I have to hit him up. I'm gonna contact him because you're not focused on the right thing. You want him to clean the fucking backyard. Who cares? He should not be doing puppy yoga. He can't do it. He
Listen,
can't. He can't. This is a gift your
the
girlfriend gives you.
puppy yoga club.
You say thank you. I'm gonna go, and then you lie to her and say you went and it was great, but you don't need to do it again. But they went together. They probably went
Yeah,
together.
they went together. Yeah.
Oh, Ben. All right. Puppy yoga.
We went through a lot of the college app process, and
Okay.
which I know you went through
Yeah.
with Archie, and it's just so different than when we were applying to college a million years ago.
Yeah.
There's like early decision, there's early action,
Mm-hmm.
there's the Common App, there's these essays, but then there's like these 200-word little mini essays where they tie it to what school, what, how do you see something like specific to the school, and all of these
Right.
little things, and they try to flip stuff around and try to find out more of you. I was thinking about how haphazard it was when we were going to college.
Oh, it didn't matter.
It's like, where are you applying? I don't know, these schools. And then it's like, yeah, there's like an essay, and then you got to send them a transcript.
$50
bucks. Teachers.
Right.
Yeah.
Does he have regrets? Does he have anything Carrie's yelling at him saying, I told you should have worked here or you should have volunteered here? Because that's a lot.
Well, no, it's actually, it worked out great because he's writing a 650-word essay about how the puppy yoga class changed his life.
Good. Rejected.
How puppy yoga taught me a more sensitive side of myself. I want to do it now. It sounds great. Maybe I should have brought him
Don't
on.
freaking do it. Let's we don't have to be that gritty, but come on.
Speaking of parent quarter,
Yeah.
my daughter's in the playoffs next week for soccer.
Oh, nice.
And had a great season, and it was really fun to watch her. The Div 3 athletes across the board, there's a lot of colleges. These kids are 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 grad school students. They're doing all their stuff, and then on the side also playing for these teams, and they're committed to it. And it's just cool.
Nice.
Like I really think like if you care about sports, like the D3 athletes, putting in the time when they don't really have to, it's
That's
not like they're
awesome.
going to school for scholarship and it's almost like a job, and they made a commitment. Like this is a little different.
Are you going out there for it?
Of course I'm going out there.
Yeah.
Come
Do you feel like she gets more nervous, or
No,
I'm
she
sure
likes
she's
when
appreciative.
she likes when
She
I go.
does.
Maybe 10 years ago would have been more nervous.
Oh, really? Look at you. You're all grown up. Nice.
No, I just go. I have my little spots. I don't do the pacing.
Right.
And it's really fun.
Now, listen,
this
if
is
there-
it.
if there's
Second to
a-
last year ever.
If for whatever reason there's a 12-year-old ref, take it easy on him, all right?
There might be a 12-year-old ref for the round 1 playoff game. We'll see. Anyway, good luck to Emerson. Good luck to everybody in the puppy yoga class. And
That's a baby doll. Good luck, by the way.
that was today's Paracorder. It was sponsored by Workday.com. Learn more at Workday.com. So we completed October. We reached daylight savings time. We got through the World Series. NBA is starting to calm down a little bit. Now we have actually a feel for the teams and what's happening. Football is in the grind. Are you starting to get sad about football? This is right when it really starts to hit you.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Should I be? You tell me when. I think.
Well, we're almost at the halfway point now. We're at the half point of the regular season. Right?
Yeah.
Headed toward Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Playoffs. Yeah, I guess now you start to get sad like after Thanksgiving is when it.
Right. I would say that's it. Yes.
Okay.
Right after all the food is wrapped up and given away on Thanksgiving. I'm not going to lie. I was definitely sad when Jordan Love threw that pass in the end zone to a guy in
He
an
puppy
opposite.
yogaed it right to.
He really
right to
did. That
somebody
was the
on,
puppy yoga pass
on
of
the
the
Panthers.
year. So that was it. But yeah.
All right, what do you got?
And by the way, I bet against your Celtics. I thought you were too high on the Celtics packing it in. And I told House Wednesday, I'm like, I'm taking Boston over Cleveland here at home. I'm taking the money line. And there you go. So you're gonna jump back here. They're gonna make a run at the NBA Cup, and then they're gonna suck again, right?
It's weird. Them in Indiana, there's just so much infrastructure from being good once upon a time that like Indiana beat Golden State last night.
Right.
This guy, Quentin Jackson, Carlisle is just regenerating guards in his garage that you've never heard of. The guy had like 25 points, 10 assists. But there's proud dudes on each team, and they play these games, and they're especially like national TV or against a good team, and
yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like all these teams are going to be probably closer to 500. I wonder if the league's so deep now that we're just going to see a lot of weird. Charlotte beat who? Phoenix beat San Antonio tonight. It makes no sense. San Antonio hadn't lost all year. Phoenix beat them by 20 and shut down Wemby. All these teams are pretty talented.
You were very excited about our NBA Cup parlay that you put together. We're like,
what was that? Read that one.
Oh shit! Now it was
Philadelphia, Milwaukee, San Antonio, and OKC, and it was 116 to 1 on FanDuel.
Just to win their groups, right?
To win their groups, and then Philadelphia lost to Boston.
That's all right. We'll get it back.
But they can still get there. Yeah, we were excited. We needed something to make the NBA Cup more fun.
Yeah.
All right, cuz we'll see you on the Ringer Gambling Show Tuesday.
Yeah.
Wednesday, Friday. Maybe at the end of the year we'll have you rank the shows and see which one you like the most.
All right. Okay, good.
And then Raheem, did we settle the thing where he tried to cheat on the Sunday pregame show or no?
We didn't settle it. I don't know what you could have settled it, and you could have said minus 120s or less.
I think minus 120 should be the highest you can go on a single bet.
He gets mad because he thinks they're moving during the show, but it never moves against him. Anyway, he lost. He wanted to take the Chargers minus 9.5 and not 10 or 10.5 as FanDuel had it. And so whatever, I gave it to him. But all right. I'm still in first place.
All right, that's it. We're wrapping it up here on YouTube. Cuz, as always, great job by you.
Good job by you.